Righy, baby.
Talk about the who's who of I don't want to know any of you.
Right.
Some of the boring collection of human beings I've ever seen, dude.
And it's crazy because like once again, and like you hate to be like, oh, it's all uniparty, all they're all the same and stuff. It just isn't true. It's very general, and I don't know, man. But like it's crazy to see the group of people that are in there from so many different factions.
Facets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, it's like that whole thing, man. So he was trying to say, yeah, Ted Cruz is in there hanging out with like Sam Harris and fucking all these other people who are like, oh, we're Democrats and we oppose all this. And like, no, you don't. You don't. You never did. You
Yeah.
don't. You're waiting. You're building cults and you're building. But dude, it's not. I don't think right now. Here's the crazy thing: is like sign up to be a part of like Peter Thiel's like group. His fun expose on like starting a cult. Like, dude, we're so fractioned right now. Like,
Mm.
you just have to take a take, and like you could start one. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, flat Earth like proves that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could take a take, you could put a little money behind it to like get deep in the algorithm, and like you could do it. You could start a
Yeah.
cult. Plenty of people waiting to sign on.
Well, yeah, there's nothing to believe in anymore. I feel like that's,
Yeah.
it's harder and harder to find something to believe in that's like, I mean, if you think about it, so much of everything that we consume, there isn't any altruism anymore. There isn't any hope, like hope, love, all that stuff is poo-pooed on to a level where it's just like cynicism or sex, and even sex not as much anymore. Don't That's the only thing that pops.
Well,
So
I mean, what do you mean? Like, as far as like, I mean,
I'm talking about the takes, like where
oh
I
yeah,
feel like, yeah, the takes. It's like there's no nobody. I mean, not since we haven't even heard the word hope since Obama left.
yeah, that was just an illusion in and of itself, right?
Sure, sure. I'm just saying, like
That was
we don't, and it's not even brought up. There's no hope. There's no.
like Elon Musk is a trillionaire, and like that number doesn't even exist. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And also, it's a total fantasy. Like that motherfucker, he can't go to the bank and get $1 trillion. He doesn't.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have it. And
Mhm.
a trillion $1 bills is a fucking lot, dude. Holy
Yeah.
shit! Like a trillion seconds is like what did it say? It was like 35,000 years. Dude, it's
Mhm.
just like an unbelievable amount of money. Like a mind warping fucking. It doesn't even. It's not even real. And so
Right.
like to have it and I have it all based on SpaceX, like they're they're telling you what's happening. Like they're not
Mhm.
going to Mars, right?
No, not only are they not going there, they have no interest. It's just the only thing to go with the name. They're not going to Mars. They can't
Well,
even break the fucking atmosphere. You know?
well, yeah, I mean, I think it's darker than that, dude. I think like the uninhabitable planet that they're planning on living on, it's this one. Do you know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
they should,
that's
like,
why I was found it. All the bunkers are in New Zealand. That's why I found that out. Like where all the bunkers are in New Zealand because it's the least likely place. If every place gets bombed, it's the least likely to be completely eradicated. So there's multiple billionaires and him that have bunkers in New Zealand, and except for what's the meta dude's name? He's got one in Hawaii. Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. Well, I mean, if you have a good enough, but like even if you're living underground, like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So yeah, right. So yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, there's there's not really anything to. There's nothing left of this. There's just the whole idea, which of course it was like never that, right? It was like we were just bullshitting ourselves. Like America is like a settler, colonial, fucking murderous. There's no way in the world that the people who wrote the Constitution did it without having fucking both genocide of the natives and fucking slavery, the chattel slavery on their mind. It wasn't like these people were like fucking didn't wholly intend to do both of those things. They did, and then they achieved those things.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What?
Yep. Oh no, you just looked like concerned. Oh shit.
Oh no!
False alarm.
There you go. I got it closed. Oh no! Oh. Oh. Sorry, pandemonium. There's Dre.
Hi, Dre.
I see her. She's fixing the bits. You say hi, Dre? Hi.
Hi, Dre.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh no, you're good.
But yeah, man. So yeah, so that's a good note to start on.
Thanks a lot, producer Mark.
Yeah. Trump just drops a bomb in and say,
It's
yeah.
you know what it was like going through that list. It was like an even cornier Epstein list. An Epstein list, I was like interested. And this, I was like, let me guess. You know,
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. I mean, actually, it's really believable. It's totally believable. How we did all this. I mean, like, I feel like such a fucking idiot for ever feeling like it was going to be any other way than this. Like, this is obviously what was going to happen. This is.
I don't think it was always going to be like this, though.
Oh yeah. How? When did you have hope? What gave you hope?
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've never shied away from the fact I'm dumb enough to still have hope. Like, I am intelligent enough to understand how bad things are, but I had hope even during the first election, the first Trump administration. I had hope that we would be able to recover. I mean, I've had hope for a very long time, but that's just I've always been that guy. I've always hoped. I've always been a hopeful person. But I don't know. Now it seems dangerous to be hopeful, because even people, when they're trying to be, then it's just like there's no way to be hopeful without being blind to something that's happening, it seems, now,
Yeah.
as a hopeful person.
Right.
But I still try to. I feel like that's the only way we get through it at all, is you still have to have, otherwise we just acquiesce and make them what they want easier, and I definitely don't want that. So,
but like, in what way are we making any of this difficult? In what way? In what way?
I feel like,
does it feel at all like anybody, like anything is like, anyway, like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like them not getting all the data centers they want, I feel like that's kind of a dick move. I think people fucking up flock cameras and leaking all of their information, I feel like all of this stuff, I mean, at the very least, shows us how we can do it. I mean, people are doing it. Like, people are getting in fist fights with ICE agents and all of that shit in front of detention centers. People like, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think that they want any of that. I think they want everyone to be so frightened already that there is no resistance at all. But I think what I really think is the rest of the, like, on a grander scale, the rest of the world, when it seems like they've already started because they care about the earth and we don't, the rest of the world should be uniting against not just us, but against them, because they're a global issue.
yeah, Yeah. Well,
So that's where my hope lies. It no longer lies in this administration, or not even, like, I never had hope in this administration to begin with. But the hope does not lie in this country. The hope I am hopeful that people in this country are resisting this. I feel like if we don't have any power, DJ, that's all we have is the resistance. That's all we have. So, I feel like if you don't resist at all, then it's just worse faster. And when you talk about people with, I mean, I would love Drew to weigh in on this, but I'm certain if you have kids or something, if you have children right now, I feel like you have to find hope. Otherwise, what do? Drown your kids in a bathtub? You have to find some sort of shred of hope. You can't be like, oh, well, shouldn't have had you. I feel like there has to be some sort of hope for survivability, or you just you don't go on. I mean, in the most simplest form.
well, no,
Simplest term.
that's not necessarily true. I mean, like, I don't have any hope, but like, when I say I don't have any hope, it's like and I'm just going to say this, when a person has $1 trillion, right?
Yeah.
And they basically have become.
But he doesn't have $1 trillion. We just talked about that. He doesn't have $1 trillion.
And that money's fake anyways. Like the stock
Yes.
market, fake. Like it's all
Sure.
fake. He is
Right, but our entire society is based on this fake. So that the point is moot that it's fake. We are still abiding by it, but the real problem that's tangible is everyone's being forced into making him a trillionaire. He's not an actual trillionaire. Everyone's being forced into making it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So you're gonna work to pay into this thing. You have no choice to pay.
You could take your money out. You could take your money out entirely.
Not just
That's the only way to do it.
Take your money out entirely.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, how you do that? You just tell your boss, listen, I'm on W4 here. You know what I'm saying? Don't give any to.
I don't mean the taxes. I mean, if you have, like, I'm talking about space. I was talking about SpaceX, it being pushed into people's 401ks, people being forced to acquire it. That's how they're going to make their money. Their valuation is not actually, like, I can't believe you don't care about the stock market, but this is the part of it that I do know about, is like people are being forced into buying it. Companies, the NASDAQ,
They're happy to buy it. They're happy to buy it.
They're being forced into it. There's no other option. It's being forced into funds. That's the other thing too, is the company itself, the inflated valuation of the company. That's also part of the problem. It's not actually worth that.
I think I just have a very different view of the level of power and how it works, and the level of fucking truly evil that these people are, and how far behind.
Oh no, that perspective is the same. I'm just talking about, you're saying how can people opt out of it, and I'm saying don't take your, like, if we're looking at like something that's a crash is gonna take your money out of the market for when it crashes, so you can still buy groceries, so you can still buy shit, so you can still get your family by through this,
Mr. Sexy Pants.
Oh shit.
Should be here. You should be here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any money in the stock market, and I don't care.
But that's what I'm saying. People with like jobs and shit, like day jobs and shit like that, they're forced to be part of it, because if they have a retirement plan, if they have stock options through any of that shit, they're being forced to partake into it. So unless you're able to talk to the person that manages your shit to be like, no.
Now, you have hope. Hope.
Hey, Drew.
Hello. We're talking about Elon being a trillionaire, but it's placed in different places, perhaps, than it was when I was younger. And I think I dabbled in nihilism. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not nom, of course, but I think I dabbled in nihilism, but it doesn't serve you for one. It didn't serve me anyway. And for two, I just kind of redefined what I was hoping for, I guess. I don't know that I have a lot of hope for like what I used to have hope for, which is like Bernie Sanders is going to become president. We're going to finally at least turn this empire into something that serves the people inside it, you know, which is dark in and of itself when you start thinking about our national politics. But it's like, well, at least if we're going to fucking pay child slaves 10 cents an hour to mine minerals from an African country so we can have these cell phones, at the very least, like, we're going to have something better than cool memes. Yeah. I'm let go of that hope to a great extent, but I have plenty of hope. You guys talking about the weather?
You know, we're talking about the trillionaire, like Elon Musk being a trillionaire. I'm saying that that's basically, I don't have any hope for the future. Like, they're going to put fucking signs out, like the sky, the water, all of that, gone. SpaceX is here to live on an uninhabitable Earth. They're not going to Mars. They're going to fucking do, because look at what all science has done.
Because I have more open violence.
Yeah, open violence. He's got.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking. When I say the resistance, in order, that's what I'm talking about.
So we're all going to go to New Zealand and drag them out of their bunkers?
No,
I mean, whoever.
destroy. Like, if you're talking about like, dude, I do say that when there's no water to drink. Like, I just do.
Wait, you broke up. What'd you say? You do think when what? When there's no water, what?
To drink, I do think people will blow up what's poison.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know if I have hope of like a quote unquote organized resistance. I think it'll probably be pretty fractured, at least at first. But I'm just saying that, like, that I have hope. Yeah, I think that
You have a child, you have to have hope. I said that instinctively. You have to have hope for the future for some way, in some way, shape, or form, or you would not have allowed yourself to procreate. I don't.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you said allowed yourself, because I do think it existed before him. But you're probably right. Like, it probably was already in there, but like that is why I chose to do it. But also, I also think that we get kind of doomy and gloomy because we are conditioned to like live in this empire. I think that the United States is transforming drastically, and to a great extent is done. But that doesn't mean that I think everyone's going to die. I think cancer rates are going to skyrocket. I think a lot of fucked up shit's going to happen. I think material conditions are going to get worse for a little while. I have hope there'll be a boomerang effect to some extent. I have hope that as the empire dwindles, when we're not spending all the money that we have trying to maintain it, which I think in the next 20 to 30 years, then we'll realize, like, then there are a lot of resources here. And then I have a hope, less of a Bernie Sanders type, but more of like a Thomas Massey type, which I can't believe that's my hope. It's just like some dude who's like fuck gay people, but also like we're not doing it. We've done it before. Like we have done it before, where we kind of go, hey, and honestly, to be fair, the elites have done it before. So like they've been like, hey, we've got to like restructure the deal,
Right.
or they're gonna murder us.
Right.
But now it just seems like they don't care.
I think
They don't care.
Type of elite that coming out of Silicon Valley, but they're gonna tuck tail. I mean, Peter Thiel's already left, dude. Like they're weirdly like they're more arrogant, but then like way more cowardly. But that's just my hope. I don't know. You don't have any, Carmen?
I don't.
You don't have any?
No,
DJ?
I do. DJ doesn't have any hope. That's what I'm saying.
I don't have any hope, but I'm super excited to watch it. I mean, I guess I do have hope. Like, I would like to see something great happen. You know what I'm saying? But I would also like to see, like, the test. It's one of those things where you feel like, oh, it's the test of like humanity. It's a test of your humanity and your ability to like survive something, and like how far, like, I am not destructive, but like curious about innovation in that type of, not just innovation, but like how community works. Like I'm interested to live through that. I mean, like I'm just as interested to not have to ever do any of that But like if that comes, it's kind of appealing to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this on here before, but maybe not. Maybe it was somewhere else. But like, I think a lot of comedian types specifically, there's something about us, and maybe it's ego, or maybe it's like us wanting to engage with interesting things. I think there's a lot of people I know that I hang with that are like, deep down, this can be fucking awesome, dude.
Mhm.
um,
I think I just like people more than the two of you. So I can't not have hope because of all that humans have already gone through.
People have to. I love people. What do you mean?
No, then you wouldn't be hope.
I said
That's where the hope comes from.
No,
I think that you like individuals. I think that she's right that you don't like people. I don't think like
as a whole.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
like
you're right,
I
you're
think
right.
liking persons is
You're
not
right.
getting you out
You're
of the accusation.
No, you're right. No,
The
that's
charge might stick, my bro. um, yeah, I see what you're saying, Carmen. I also think like for a lot of, I've said this on here before. I think for a lot of folks, this is going to be surreal, but their day to day will only be a little bit more stressful. And then in 20 years, it'll be kind of back to some sense of normalcy. And this won't feel like what it is. Like, I don't, unless there's like bombs dropping in New York City and DC, which I don't think there will be, I don't think everyone's going to experience the fall of America as a dramatic event.
no.
Right. Well,
But
that's
if
what I'm saying.
we will. But if they poison the water, we will.
Which some places will have poison. Some places right now have poison water. Right. Some places
We've had poison water.
A level of dystopia that is unbelievable. And
Yes.
unbelievably.
It's only unbelievable here, but it's been a thing in other places for fucking decades, if not longer.
Yeah, and I mean in West Virginia and part in the Black Belt in Alabama, like there's like so many places in America which are so destitute that like people cannot in their mind, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like we're already doing that. Yeah. We there. We having a good time, man. Dude, I tell you what, man, and it might be just like this. When I went to prison, it was crazy. It was shocking, right? And like, but to have come out of it and like for the most part, like been all right, dog, it's awesome, dude. It's fucking awesome. And like, I don't have those like cringe moments anymore where like I'm thinking, God damn it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm such a big shit, what the fuck ever. It's more like, God damn, I can't believe I did that shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. I think that's where the hope lies, is that I think that we will make it to the other side. I don't think that's what I'm saying.
You never know.
Yeah, I
Of course.
about that.
I would rather die with hope in my heart than not at the end of the day.
I agree with you that we're going to quote unquote make it to the other side. I think that my sadness comes from twofold. One is like that I did, for better or worse, kind of buy into the American dream. And so like,
we were indoctrinated into it.
Right. So like to some of the sadness does come from like, it was a really good pitch. So to like let go of that, there's some sadness of like that not being the case. You know what I mean? Like that's one reason some people won't let go of it. That's one reason some people won't admit that the American empire is evil, is because like the story was too good for them. Like to admit that, they have to let go of a story that's just too good. Yeah. So I think that's where some of my sadness comes from. And then some of it is like, not all of us will. Like, I do think that we'll be fine. I think on the margins, you know, people who are right now, the people we just talked about, the West Virginia, the Black Belt, Michigan.
Dude, outside Ohio, dude, those motherfuckers are from that train wreck.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God, dude, it's a nightmare. Oh, what about dude?
The social safety net is gone.
Yeah.
If it's not gone already. They're tapping into Social Security. That's like their next big thing that they've got on their plate. They are going to try to balkanize us. I don't think they'll get there, but it does make me sad how much we're going to lose. Like, and how many people are going to be churned up. People who are already, if you say, look how many people are already being churned up by this society, double that, I would say. over the next 20 years. And that also makes me really, really sad. I mean, it made me sad when things were the best they could be, like in the 80s and 90s. Like, that's the kind of kid I was. You know, I was like, it's bullshit that there's hungry people in this country this great. Well, how many people are there going to be hungry? It's clear.
Well, that's where Shark Bus comes in. Not many.
I think that's really why you don't have hope, is you want us to get to the end so we can get to Shark Bus. But I feel like we could
I just said that. That's really genuinely what I was saying. I realized who I was having this conversation with. Chloe Radcliffe, very great comic out of New York. We were kind of talking about like the empire falling apart and like what it means. It's like, it's going to be hard to be a teacher. How hard is it going to be a comic? And then we both kind of had this like devilish grin, like gleam in our eye. We're like, we'll be all right. Like there's something about the people I hang out with. And I don't think it's just ego and arrogance. I think it's like the way we want to engage. Like we're loners to some extent anyway.
Yeah,
comics. I think we all think we're going to be fucking drug smuggling Han Solos out. So,
I think it's because it's malleability. Everything that succeeds is things that are it's not the most successful. That's why I don't think these guys are going to make it, because they're not malleable. I think people who go through hardship, it's the same shit. This is to your point, DJ. Holy shit, I came out of that and I'm okay. And I fucking did that. Those are the kind of people who've already been through hardship, who already knows what difficulty is, are going to be hand-holding a lot of people who haven't been through this. And either that, or they're going to be, those people are going to be left behind only because they have to be. But I think it's there is a element of the Marine Corps mindset, and that nobody gets left behind and all of that shit. I think that there is something within the human spirit that is going to, it's going to push people together. And I understand the greed. I understand that people are selfish and operate in their self-interest, but I believe that there is enough people that are not like that will help get more people than originally probably would have made it through this, with that as bad as it gets. Because the people who've been through a bunch of shit, they're not going to be as frightened. They're not going to be as jarred. They're not going to be. But I will say the cozy people, the people who live on a couch in a book, baby, it's gonna be the hardest for you if you don't start desensitizing yourself to stimuli right now, because the shit is gonna get wild.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to be able to dive in their phone bill and bury it.
Yes,
like I think some of them will be able.
They're going to legalize.
But that's what they're trying to do now. That's why they're trying to get you addicted to it. Is so because if you're looking up, if you're out, if you're touching grass, then you fucking know, and the world outside is completely different. Drew, you were just at Bonnaroo. Did you see anybody like arguing with each other over the dumbest shit ever? No, it was like, that's what I'm saying. Going back. Oh, was it? Did you?
Yeah, I mean,
the better headliner.
You live with people for 4 straight days. There's going to be some dumb arguments. But to your point, you're going to be able, like, escapism has not, if anything, has ramped up.
Yeah.
But is that sustainable, which is what I think you're getting at, Carmen. I think it'll be more sustainable from, if I'm hearing you correctly, for more people than you're alluding to. But I think for a lot of people, the curtain will have to fall because they don't make enough money. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to get through this economic downturn and that sort of churn. Like, if nothing else, they're going to have to move out of their house with the nice couch and the nice TV that they've been escaping into because they can't afford the fucking rent. So I think you're completely right. I just think that there is going to be a large faction of people. I mean, we see it right now, dude. They think AI's rad. Like, like fucking Claude's like how I can keep my diet going, And it's like, I can't imagine being alive right now thinking that way. But I know very, very smart people who love AI.
Dude, I know a lot of people. I know farmers who use it. I know fucking dude. I know almost like so many people are using AI.
Hold on. The thing I want to say though, too, going back before you,
where my cynicism, I think, trumps yours. Maybe yours, Carmen, or maybe this is really what you're saying is you have hope for the outcome, but you're being a realist about the process. Like the story of the next 10 years that DJ will tell at 15 is going to be rad. But I think living it, for me, is going to suck. And that might be because a part of me has always envied the lighthearted people who can hide in the book. Like, I do not actually look for, like, it's fun to pretend to with you, but like, I don't actually look forward to life being harder. Like, it's not, like, that's not a goal of mine. And I don't look forward to either hearing about or having to shut it off so I don't hear about how much more people are getting churned. And that's the way I phrase it. When you think about the justice system, when you think about people going hungry, when you think about job market, you think about people being ground down by 65-hour work weeks in Amazon warehouses with no air conditioner, that's what I call the churn of America. That's going to increase exponentially for a while. And I'm not pumped about it.
Holy shit, though, you're gonna experience fucking levels of humanity and heroism and fucking love and like shit that you've never even been able to touch, like things that will so like I lived in consciousness and awareness and like human connection that like no drug could ever, like, you know what I'm saying, like levels of fucking pure humanity that just like
yeah, I mean, I think beauty has come out of almost every, like, oh, yeah, that Holocaust, but it's just like, it's, to me, that's not a reason to Holocaust a motherfucker. No, right.
Doesn't justify the means. Sure, I mean, even something domestic, post 9/11, there was a lot of awfulness, but then there was also a lot of people coming together more than I had seen previously in my entire life. There was a unity, a weird American unity that I hadn't. People were like genuinely proud to be American.
Wait, that was kind of weird.
I can't imagine, though, how fun it was before the CIA occupied Wall Street.
Yeah.
To be down there camping, like, we're fucking doing.
Dude, I remember like seeing the fucking, like those people had everything taken away from them and seeing the cops beating the fuck out of them to protect when the bankers up there. Dude, if anything radicalized me, it was that. And I thought for sure, I guess that's what really fucking turned me crazy, was like knowing that, you know, they were just going to go bail out the banks. Obama was like going to bail out the banks. And like, it was like, whoa. I thought we're not. Dude, you know what's so crazy? Also, at that point, having listened to so much like George Carlin and like Lenny, like all these people, and being like, yeah, that's right. Listening to punk rock and being dead Kennedys and being like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And yet still being so blind to it. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling like you understood it, but you didn't realize it. It had never been actualized in front of your face.
I think everyone sort of assumed back then, I think the internet broke us of this as a culture, but I think everyone kind of thought everyone was getting the same message they were. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you were listening to punk and rap, it really, like I thought Gen X was way radder than they are.
Yeah.
And it was just the ones talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
the
I
ones
do.
talking to me were and still are. A lot of them had it fun.
Yeah.
A lot of them weren't. But I think that's probably true of the hippies.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
You know, we were talking about that last week. Like there's that real community was there. Real stuff happened. Like real things did happen. Did it get co-opted and fucking infiltrated to like a fucking?
But that's how I know it's effective, is because every time we start making any kind of progress with it, they could try to cock block it. They try to either use it themselves for their own uses. Like they're not innovative because they're not creatives. These people, stories all they have because they're not creative. They don't have a cool fucking brain at the end of the day. So like that's why everything that they're doing has been done before. There is no new. So with having that said, we are the most malleable. We will be able to navigate whatever fucking bullshit they're going to throw at us. That's why everybody's going back to growing their own veg. You know what I'm saying? People are reverting back to things that have already worked.
I just don't know if it's gonna be cool. But I hope you guys are right.
No,
I don't know who's going to be cool either.
dude. There's gonna be
I don't want to farm, dude.
there's gonna be a moment.
Like if I'm just being honest, you know, like I think it's rad, but like if I'm being totally for real, like I don't give a fuck about farming. It ain't.
That's why listen, here's the thing, and I've done a silly bit version of this, but that's why I think way more dudes need to start acquiring skills right now instead of listening to like that. That's what, because if we're going back to barter, if we're going back to exchanging services for things, I mean, there's already like now there's apps where you can do that, where you can just trade shit, and because people know that's if they're gonna do this bullshit, if money doesn't really matter, if money has no real value, if it's all imaginary, then what does? Services and products. It all goes back to down to the brass tack shit. I got food. You're taller than me. If you reach this, you can have this fucking thing I made. Or I don't have a machine that does a thing. You have the machine. We exchange. That's how we're going to get through this, is all of the things are already there. All of the methods are already there. They just have to be implemented. And the more and more that we are factored and splintered off and individualized, oh my God, you guys are so dissociated right now. The more we're doing that,
here's two people. There's ducks over here. There's ducks. There's goats. There's birds.
Like, and in my defense, Carmen, I haven't been here in a while. I wasn't like mentally prepared. I am listening to you, but there are birds dive bombing my face. Right
Yeah,
here.
dude. The swallows are crazy.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Carmen's just like, yeah, you guys are definitely gonna die. Like, bro, dude, you can't even listen to a woman.
that's what every woman I know is doing that. They're learning how to weld. You know what I'm saying? They're doing acquiring all of these skills that will be useful in the fall. And I think that's how you prepare right now. Learning how to speak other languages, learn how to learn how to pour concrete, learn how to do, you know.
And I'm just saying, as a feminist, who am I to take that from you guys?
Yeah, you guys should just do that. Or that's great.
Oh
yeah,
no,
sure.
the way your face is glossed over once I started talking, I already understand how the future's going to be. I don't understand why a lot of women would want to keep you guys alive, but
Yeah, you be the leader. Yeah, there you go.
I can't tell you enough that I thought the bird was trying to kill me.
Dude, it will.
It wasn't glossed over. I literally was like, I
Yeah.
hear you. But my job within the tribe right now is to protect me and this child from getting our eyes poked out.
So, dude, listen right here, like smoke out, and they'll come, boom, 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 dude, the whole time. Just this fucking.
what kind of birds?
It just
Oh, they're
be like,
sparrows?
It's crazy.
Anyway, sorry that I glossed out.
So in each of these, we can see where the nests are.
Make sure you guys are watching on YouTube, guys. Riveting stuff.
Yeah.
I think that I'm gonna say 50%. And what I mean by that is, I do think it's slot factory for some of us.
Oh yeah.
I think they are going to try and keep this thing going to some extent. And a lot of people will engage with that because it's a version of what they know. You know what I mean? Like, clock in, clock out. I've got a mortgage or I've got rent. And yeah, this isn't the gig I wanted. But if I do good at the slot factory, they said they're going to promote me to, the data factory.
That's so true.
And the next generation won't have to deal with that because they were born without hope. And so it'll be very easy for them to lock into what you're talking about. As usual, I think you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of a lot of the zeitgeist. I think that a lot of people are just going to hang on for as long as possible and then be mad at those of us who are saying let go of it. Because we are anti-American. We're anti the dream. We're anti the empire.
That's right.
They're going to be like, no. Don't you remember how great it was? What they're really going to be nostalgic for is a feeling that they are, not a reality.
Oh, yeah.
And
If we just keep doing that.
That's already happening.
Right.
And I can't I don't have enough time to get to it now, but that's why Jelly Roll's famous. Like I don't like I'm kind of serious.
No, I know. I hear you.
It's like country music
Right.
is nostalgic for something that didn't exist
Yeah.
right now. And I'm afraid hip hop's going to go there if they're not careful. But I also think you're completely right, Carmen. I'm not going to learn to weld or anything like that. I'm just going to be pretty. Like I said, I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can always tell dick jokes in the tunnels. Like, yeah, I have a friend in the Ukraine that does shows, and like, so yeah, levity is the way, also how we get through this. So, you know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
human flavor, but like, yeah, like, I know how to build. I can do carpentry, pretty basic
Mhm.
stuff. I got a good back. I'm not.
You can
super
follow
into, like,
directions. That's all.
And when I'm too old to do that, if they don't let me tell jokes, I will kill myself. I mean, that's the thing that's about me versus some other people. That there's a lot of people who are like not only hanging on to the American dream, they're hanging on to their own version of themselves and they think it's coming down the pipe. And it's like, dude, if this kid is like healthy and relatively happy, I don't know what more I could ask.
yeah, for sure. But dude, going back to what you were saying, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned from the Trump administration was to stop fetishizing like the proletariat, like because that was something that I did. I was very romantic about it. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm really at a point where like I see that that's the same as anything you have where you create like this monolith of individuals and like, you know what I'm saying? You're like making the same mistake as you're painting with this broad brush.
Yeah, a lot of them are fascists.
Dude, a whole bunch of them are fascists and don't give a fuck, dude. Don't give a fuck. Would let fucking gas be fucking $20 a gallon so long as we were killing Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't give a fuck, dog. And go work and go put in an 80-day fucking work week and just be happy as hell because they get whatever kind of cathartic fucking release on the get to own to live one more day, get to kill, you know.
I would like to spend more time reminding myself about like fallen empires like after because the last few we know of really didn't fall that far. And I can't stress that enough. Like the only thing to me that's different about right now is the sort of tech oligarch AI
Right.
tier aspect of it that feels a little 1984. I think we all feel that, right? We're all like, anyone that feels that that's like coming or whatever. But I can't stress enough. I think for a lot of people, it'll just be a smaller house and like a shittier death. Like they'll push retirement by a decade and then they'll finally get to retire and then they'll die painfully a year later. And they'll think they were unlucky. They won't even realize that this was kind of done to them.
They'll blame the Mexicans or the
Yeah. And I that's I guess part of what makes me so sad is that unless they poison the water, I think people are just going to take it.
Sure.
If they do poison the water, I really think it'll be the opposite. I genuinely think if it gets to where we literally are like, it's not just like in some other place like Flint, Michigan, where I've never been or whatever. Like if we're like, yeah, we can't like motherfuckers are gone. Have to pop off.
Man, but that's crazy.
That's my take.
Right. But that was what I was saying is my hope was I don't think the entire world is okay with what they're doing. And I think the entire world being unified against them, will that be difficult? Yes. Is that a far reach? Yes. But that's where the hope lies, is that I hope that there are people in the rest of the world that are outside of what we are experiencing right here that can see it for what it is. I mean, plenty of countries have mentioned it. Plenty of countries don't want them to have anything to do with what they have going on. And like, so I think that they need to unify against this monolith. I don't think it's going to be us individually doing it. I think it will take us on a global scale.
Don't you have 2 passports? Did I make that up?
You made that up. I have one.
Okay, I was gonna say you should leave.
I
That's what you
would
You should learn how to do a premise in Espanol.
I just want to. I just don't think anybody's going to save us. And what's even scarier, if you want to throw this in, that this is the first time that an empire's ever fallen that had nukes.
Yay!
Which again, going back to Peter Thiel's fucking crazy fucking how to build a fucking cult retreat thing, right?
Mhm.
What were some of the fucking classes? Surviving World War III, how to build a cult. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things. So these people are getting ready.
That's what I'm saying. I think people need to be get ready. Yes, fucking nerds, dude. Nerds.
The only thing
But
that
I
I
also trust nerds to be nerds, and I don't think that they will. I don't think that they're going to rise to the occasion.
No, they're not.
I think they're going to learn a lot about it, and I don't think that they're going to.
They got it in a. The only thing
Because at the end of the day, they're still cowards. They're the ones building bunkers.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing I can't, and I'm open to you giving it to me. The only thing I cannot give myself hope or against, like I can't argue against or whatever. The nukes is hard, but I can do that one because it's like there's gonna be somebody in the room who doesn't have a desk. Oh shit. Oh, we're about dead.
Yeah.
Is food. There's so many of us that completely rely upon a functioning economy and mass farming that, I mean, on the one hand, everyone knows this and there would be riots. I guess if I'm going to give myself hope, it's like even the most diehard conservative will nationalize food just to keep the riot from happening. But other than that, I'm not feeling good about the price of food if they shut the strait down. It's going to be at a level where a significant portion of Americans cannot buy.
It was just you said that, and then I just saw a huge thumb go over the. The juxtaposition was very silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it today. And I know Dre's got a charger in her first.
Are we not charging?
No, we're not charging.
I got it. Hold on. I'll do it. I'll finish this out.
Okay.
Producer Mark, will you cut in the technical difficulties one from the 1960s in here? And play the Girl from Ipanema track in the background. Do 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 do.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Can I video? It's not letting me video join.
Participant. Oh fuck. This is crazy.
I mean, we could probably wrap up the episode on right now instead of doing this.
Let's just do that because that ain't gonna work.
Yeah. All right.
It would work, but it would take me 10 minutes to get it to work. That's what I was realizing quickly. I don't know why. I must have deleted Zoom. I don't remember doing that.
I have hope that we are going.
Hold on, let's give it a pause. Mark's gonna technical difficulty us. Okay, go ahead.
I have hope that we are going to see levels of the human condition and experience and of consciousness that would not be capable living in a sedated, insulated experience. And I'm excited for us in that.
I would for that. I am certain that that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't think it's very cool. It's like that's definitely like the kind of thing I would like to read about, but not live through myself with my son. I think maybe at 25 I would have felt differently, and maybe I'm just being a bitch, and maybe I just have a contrarian brain, so I have to like offer up this other take. Because definitely here's what it is. There is a part of me that's looking forward to it. I kind of think that part of me sick. I think it's kind of like weird and psychologically off that I'm like,
No, you're just looking at the bright side. You know it's going to happen anyways. So you're
That's
like,
fair.
so you know it's going to happen anyway. So you
Yeah.
just have to be excited and try to like stimulate that part that's like
yeah.
be.
Yeah, and I don't mean to sound like a Pollyanna or even a pussy, not to like make it toxically masculine. It's just that like I think soberly we have to acknowledge that like at one point in this country, you could work a 36-hour week and afford a house, and it was sick.
Yeah.
It was cool to go on vacation.
Yeah, dude.
And
That's what I'm saying. There was an American dream. That is why people immigrated here, and there are people that were able to. Yeah. So there was success stories. So it wasn't just a lie entirely. But yes.
all right, and all right, Carmen, what are you hoping?
But then having that said, I also think that I get both sides of what you're both saying, in the sense of like, but it's like being like, oh well, maybe I should be a deadbeat dad because most NBA players have deadbeat dads. Like there's that part of it, and being like, oh, maybe all of this awfulness is kind of good, but that doesn't mean that I think it's necessary. I think it's correlation, not causation. In that this hope that you're talking about, this consciousness, this you're gonna see the levels of humanity when there's already people doing that currently without it being that bad. There's already people being heroic and going against things that are awful, things that are happening right now. You're also not seeing those things either. That's the whole part about being unplugged, is you don't see any of the things that are happening. So it's like, I do think that those things, but at the same time, the amount of atrocity that that is required for you to achieve this hope that you have is also fucking devastating, dog. So for me to be excited for that, it just goes against everything in my like what is good and fair in my heart. I just can't be stoked about it, because at the end of the day, my role in all this is a fucking field medic. It always has been. I go in where there's chaos and I try to put band-aids on shit and make people feel comfortable. So when I know my role is in the thick of it, yeah, it's harder for me to not dissociate and be like, this is gonna be sick. It's harder for me to do that, because I like people.
Right. So what are you hopeful for then? Because it's got all kind of started with you, and I think honestly, like I know you talking about the hope that you have. Like, what is it for them?
Well, that's what I said, because I'm stupid. Clearly. It's
No,
clearly because I'm dumb enough to be hopeful. I'm dumb enough to still believe in human beings. That at the end of the day,
I'm trying to understand like what it is that you're hoping.
We're gonna vote for Gavin Newsom and Hunter Biden.
oh no! Don't you dare try to liberalize me right now. Don't you dare.
You do have hope, and I don't think you're dumb at all. But I want to know, like, hopeful that what happens exactly.
This whole thing came about. Is because he was saying like, why would we even fight? There's no chance in fighting. He was talking about Elon.
Yes, you did.
Go back and listen to it.
I did not say why would we fight. I did not say that.
Why would we? What's the point? This and that. It was very that, and that's the whole reason. The whole reason I even brought this up was because the resistance is the part that I'm hopeful for. I am hopeful that a resistance is present and will apply constant pressure. I believe in people organizing. I believe in people reverting back to things that worked in the past. That's what I'm talking about. It was when we were talking about Elon Musk, and you were saying you weren't saying that we shouldn't do it, DJ, but you were saying, what's the point when we're fighting against a trillionaire? That's like amount of money that we can't even conceptualize.
How much does a bullet cost? Like the trillionaire part.
We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it.
That motherfucker can't get off TV, dog.
Dude,
Just invite him to the party.
Dude,
tell him to hold.
That's all he wants. It's very painfully obvious that's all he wants, is to be invited. I just want to be part of the cool kids.
Nah, I think it's different than that. I think this whole thing is different than that. And I think what we have is that you don't think that the planet is going to get completely ripped. I think we're talking about the same thing. We have hope for resistance.
Yeah.
And I am very much excited. I think we're saying the same thing, but I think you don't want to you don't think that it's possible that we get to the point where it's just like you can't see the sky because there's big fucking ads and, you know what I'm saying? And the fucking water's all polluted. And I totally think we're going to get nuked.
And I guess I must be in between. I think that we get there because we won't let it unless somebody hits the button. But I just feel like you're going to have to be a psychopath.
Well, the nuke part is the game. That's the game changer. I think we could. I think if we let society collapse, I think we do succeed. I think we do. I think there's enough people who have prepared to help people who didn't prepare. I do think we could get through this without what the idea of society that we have. I do think that. I think we have water filtrations. We know how to filter water. We know all that shit. Unless we get nuked, obviously. Then
But that's what I'm saying. That's what SpaceX.
so you're saying you definitely think we are going to get nuked?
Mars here because they're going to nuke. That's what I honestly believe. I've been saying this for fucking years. I, in my heart, believe it. Like every day, I believe this.
Well,
And I keep on going.
I just want to get this off just because I do realize we have. I just want to say for the record, I don't even think our society's going to believe it. I really think that we're going to be half slop slaves,
Yeah.
half people like us. It's just that the American dream is dead, and that how that plays out and manifests itself in a country that is already so violent, already so full of guns, is going to be gnarly. But I'm gonna have a good time, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Virgil Simpson. Every song, every single song is fuck the government or let's have sex with lots of people. And I'm not saying that's the thing that'll save us. It's just like
I say, why not both?
it's enough for me, Carmen. It's enough for me.
All right.
Fuck the government or fuck me. Either way.
It's a little lame, but he did put out a shirt that's Make America Fuck Again. It's funny, even though it's lame. All right, well, anyway, that's all I had, dude. I'm going to be in Athens, Georgia, June 25th. Headline the show where at least one of the comments openly despises me. I'm pretty pumped about that. I think I'm going to get to New Orleans in August. It's looking like I'm going to be able to make that happen. I don't really have much else to plug. Plug my butt. Wood Court, the people who came, thank you. It was genuinely rad and awesome. We had about 100 people there, not even 100. And it was so fun. I think they're going to have us back, and that'll be fun, especially in DJ's version of the future. I'd love to go to Bonnaroo in the apocalypse times. Imagine the outfits.
I think you guys are misunderstanding me. I'm not saying there's not going to be cool parts. I just want to make sure.
I think we all have a different idea of what it means for this to collapse. I think mine's new. That you think of it as like a societal.
I think it's already happening.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
My version of it is here.
Yeah.
We have full cities
But
that can get clean
water. Yeah.
We have whole generations who are like
Or food or eat.
trying to learn how to farm and then also code. What?
Yeah.
Wild.
Wild shit. Anyway, love y'all.
If you're hearing this, I'll be in Long Island June 26th and 27th at Governor's in Belmore. Make sure you come see me there. I'll be in Philadelphia July 17th to the 19th. The Wilbur in Boston on July 25th with Ron Funches, and at the City Winery in July 26th. So come out and see me if you can, and see stand-up comedy while you still can before it's in a bunker.
R.I.P. John Rosenberg, one of the realest to ever fucking do it, man. New York lost the fucking cool.
We love you guys. Patreon.com/gravybabypod. We'll see you next week. Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets.